Okay. Okay. I see the notification here. Okay, that's good. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining us. We are a little bit behind today. But we if you get a chance and you can join us, our discussion will continue with um all the scams, right, that are happening out there, and specifically on our collective buy project. Okay, recently, I think it was mainly last week, where we saw a lot of futures trading on Pi, happening on the net. And I'll take just some times again and show you all the red flag and maybe things that you need to be careful, things that you need to know, because as you know already, if you're part of this journey, you know clearly that we are in closed mainnet, right? There is no features that can be, sold anywhere. There's no transaction that can be done apart from, when I say transactions here, I'm talking specifically about exchanges transactions. Okay, so there's no exchange transaction that is allowed in this point in time. The only thing that we're doing at this point in the closed mainnet, right, is exchanging peer to peer or app to peer, which is in still in development, right? So I think so many people around, I'm not gonna say got scammed, but almost got into the trap, okay, on trying to make quick money with Pi the last week. So I'll share my screen here, and hopefully, while we're waiting for our host also to join us, I'll just walk you through these elements, which I believe is important and very crucial for you, being on this journey or being a pioneer, okay, in this journey of building the most used currency, the most used digital currency in the future. You need to be aware, right? So let's start from CoinMarketCap, right? CoinMarketCap.com. If you go on it, you will see that is actually one that our host shared with us. And by the way, don't forget, if this is your first time getting across this live or getting across this channel, and the message is helpful to you, don't hesitate to subscribe just to be notified once we go online. Don't hesitate to share and put your comment, put your thoughts, because we are a community that truly believe in the strong power of sharing, right? Sharing information, sharing knowledge, sharing what actually we build as wealth toward having a strong community. So don't hesitate to do that. So the whole buzz started now with CoinMarkup. Okay, the whole thing started with xt.com. Okay, that's the one I saw. But let's look here first, okay, because that's one I referred to very quick. So let's go on coinmarketcap.com, right? On CoinMarketCap, you guys will notice that it's clear. Okay, look, that's why we want to really keep educating our audience on on growing their knowledge on this platform. And I remember, again, if you watch the other lives, our guests, who's coming on every 2 weeks on this live, reminded us how much is so important to educate ourselves, right? So on CoinMarketCap, you see here is clear, right? It's an attention grabber or calling your attention in red. There have been reports questioning the legitimacy, I think, of Pi Network, right? Please note that mainnet has not launched yet, right? This is not new, right? It's a part of it's part of the white paper, right, on Pi Vision. Okay, so and the price displayed below for certain exchanges reflect the value of the features, right? IOUs are just features. But remember, in the white paper, it is also clear that anybody who get into the transaction on features with Pi is illegal in the community because it's still closed mainnet, peer-to-peer transaction. And it may not be transferable across exchanges. That's the warning for you, right? Just before even you go further, that's the warning for you. The $102 you see here for one Pi is still the exchange estimation or the future contract that you're getting in to know that this will be the value. Who knows? That Pi may be more than this. So again, for you watching our channel, I wanted to take some time, okay, while we're waiting for the guests to come on, because it started since last week, I believe, right? In our French community, I saw this buzz going around, right? So these are not exchanges for Pi as a how will I call it, as a coin, right? That you can have on exchange market. They're telling you here clearly, even if you buy this contract, you cannot transfer that across exchanges. Okay. So red flag, yes, is mentioned for you here. But the interesting thing is that, actually, when you look over more than thousands, right? I think there are more than 10,000 or 15,000 projects out there, right? Right now, Pi being a newbie after 3 years, you see the ranking here. That if these platforms are having a buzz around the Pi, it shows that we are sitting on something, right? That is, grabbing attention around us. But we need to understand the strategy. It's not random that we all together choose to go in through the step the way we're doing them. And please don't rush trying to exchange. And Pi network is not, okay, is a currency itself. Remember the vision and the mission, right? It's a currency itself. The expectation or the primary goal is not to actually go exchange on a marketplace, but to use the currency as a mean of exchange for good and services. Okay, and then if you look here, right, you will see that there are some transactions happening, right? With a community of 2 million people, yeah, they're just making the buzz around this to also increase their database of followers and members. Because yes, to do exchanges on this platform, I don't use them profoundly, but I'm sure there are fees that comes with that. Okay, so take time when you get on things like that, or you're receiving link from friends and all that. Take time to read all this before even you get into trying to buy anything. Are you trained? Are you equipped in features? Right? I'm not a financial advisor, none is this channel, right? But take time to read. I'm not a big fan of features. I'm not a big fan of speculation. That's me. You need to ask the same question for yourself. And getting into it, know that you're getting into it then with your own at your own risk. And remember, IOUs, okay, are part of the whole feature system, okay, that the stock market know and is used a lot in the but you have to be well versed into that. But not just that, Pi is not even at this level. The second one that came The second one that came out is xt.com, right? But the interesting thing is that some people got already, into the trap, right? And they're sharing their experiences. Here's the red flag with these people here, right? So the transaction will go through. They actually didn't take time to tell you that this is a feature transaction. But here's the thing. Once you do the transaction, you cannot withdraw, you cannot transfer. That should tell you a lot already on you moving forward with this. I don't want to even waste my money and time trying to even test how it is, because people already are complaining. You know what? Oh, I saw this, it was great, and I thought that I can. No, you can't. The wallet is not even yours on this platform. So they get you into this contract because they're thinking in the future. They're giving you a price of what this will be in the future. But who knows that it will be more than that. Just keep your coins, just keep your token, just keep your collection, right, that you've been getting every day mining. Keep them safe with your in your Pi wallet. Don't rush on doing transaction. Do just even some small transaction if you are tempted to even do that, right? Find somebody from the Pi community who has something to sell, and then buy and see how things operate. Or find something that you want to sell in Pi, find a community of find a Pi community, right? And then find somebody who's ready to buy. And at this point, it's all about supply and demand. We can't insist, okay, enough on this. It's about supply and demand. It's up to you, the supplier, and up to the person who's actually looking for your good or service to fix the price. So please stay away from these things, right? That's the shortcut I can give you here. Stay away from these. Don't just get in the trap of all this, okay? And once our guest will be on, we'll like to. Okay, he's here. Okay, we'll try to continue our discussion in helping you understand actually all those scams that are out there, right? Understand, for your own education. And remember, we are providing information. Whatever you do with the information is up to you. But as we say every time, don't just take us YouTubers, right? Don't take any YouTube channel on cryptos and all that and say, okay, you know what? I heard it here. You have the information, it bring you awareness. Now you go do research on that. So I wanted to take those minutes and show people who've been making a lot of buzz around these. Oh, Pi is on the exchange. Pi is listed. Pi is listed nowhere. It's not even our primary vision. So Bema, thank you for joining us again. So I think I'm gonna pass the mic to you. So let's maybe give a summary of those 5 things that you mentioned last time. Okay, when you are out there, right? Don't go don't go borrow money and invest in crypto. Invest something that no matter what happened, you're not gonna actually have a heart attack, right? Something that no matter what happened, your marriage will not be destroyed. Something no matter what happened, you're not going to become homeless and start being in the street, because we saw that happen a lot. People actually take their whole fortune and put in these things, right? FTX situation. Yeah, we know a Japanese investor, for some reason, he put all his eggs into it. So, do you want to kick off this session, by reminding us those nice 5 things? I do remember that you actually called the attention of the audience on before we dip we dive in, right? All the other type of scam and all that.
I don't even remember the 5 things on top of my head. The reason is, hello first. Sorry, I'm late. I had some documents that I needed to review and some contracts to sign.
It's okay. We're just offering our time, each one of us here. So
Yeah.
priorities goes to priorities first.
All right. Um. I guess repetition um is the is one important aspect of education, right?
And human nature too. Yep.
Right. So I'm trying to. Sorry. So I'll try to remember. The reason it's taking me a minute to I'm trying to find the YouTube channel of that digital asset news guy.
Mm.
So I think it's all a scam. So I'm gonna borrow this from him and repeat it again.
Mhm.
It's it's all a scam. Okay, like your money is gone, right?
Mhm.
Um, don't invest more than you can afford
Mhm.
to lose.
Mhm.
Um, don't leave any money on exchanges,
Mhm.
right? And never use leverage. And
Mhm.
maybe I should have said at the beginning, since we're talking about scams and the way to approach this whole, crypto um, space
Mhm.
is with a healthy dose of skepticism, right? Um,
Mhm.
we're not saying that it's all a scam, but that's what you should consider it, right? You should go in with your antennas like high up, with your guard up, going in believing that everybody is out to scam you, right? I know
Mhm.
it sounds like
Mhm.
paranoia, but
Mhm. Yeah,
that
it
is gonna
is.
save. It will save you. It has the potential of saving you behind. So we're saying approach every project as if it was a scam, including Pi Network, right?
Mhm.
Um, everything that you see in crypto, approach it like it's a scam. That all the money that you put in it is gone. So don't put more than you can afford to lose, right? Um, don't put don't leave the money on exchanges. Um, don't use leverage. Don't
Mhm.
mortgage your house. Don't borrow money. Don't get money from credit cards or whatever.
Mhm.
Borrow money from friends to put in it, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
these are 5 rules that I'm borrowing from Rob at Digital Asset News. You can find the channel
Mhm.
on YouTube.
Mhm.
Uh, that are good rules to live by. That
That's right.
have the potential to to keep you safe, keep your
Yes.
hard-earned money safe.
Yes. Yeah. So I think this will kick off, the dynamic that we've been in maybe the last two sessions, right? About scams, right? The red flag. How do you, I took a couple of minutes at the beginning because just last week we were swamped by so many information that like specifically our collective pi project is actually now listed and all that. So um are there other nuggets that you would like to maybe add to when it comes to the scamming piece, right? When it comes to the scam world, are there other nuggets, right? We can actually go back to even the whole fiasco with the FTX, right? And I just read yesterday too, I think, yeah, yesterday, that one of the major Bitcoin miner or proof of work, okay, farming company, right? That actually is backed by I think BlackRock,
Mhm,
a big investment firm, is actually filing for Chapter 11, which is
mhm,
not bankruptcy yet, but that's also a red flag, a red flag, of things not going right, right? So I think to make it short here, I just wanted to know: do you maybe have other insight or other addition to add to people who who have gone through situation like that, and where the red flag were maybe clear for them to follow, but they didn't.
mhm. Um, it's funny, but the first thing that comes to mind when you ask that is go back to the 5 rules that
Mm-hmm.
we just talked about. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna get annoyed, maybe, right? If you watch this multiple times, you're gonna get tired of hearing this. But it's the basics, and
Mm-hmm.
that will keep you safe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or has the potential to keep you safe, or has the potential to minimize your losses when
Mm-hmm.
things go south, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I guess I don't really have any nuggets other than that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go through this mental exercise, right?
Mm-hmm.
FTX, it's a
FTX,
centralized
yes.
exchange, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
a centralized exchange, right? Um, what is the first rule? Is that it's like everything 100, it's 100%. Everything is a scam,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even the people that look like they're so big they cannot fail, and they'll keep going up to the moon,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It turned out is a big scam,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's all gone. right? Did you invest more than you can afford to lose, right? Did you leave it on a centralized exchange, right? Um, did you use leverage? If you had followed those principles, you would have
Yep.
been safe. You would have minimized
Mm-hmm.
whatever the damage is that is caused by it. Does that make sense? So,
It
as an
definitely makes sense.
as annoying as repeating this is,
Mm-hmm.
it's the key. If you
Yes.
approach all of them with that
Mm-hmm.
mindset of being skeptical, I mean, this
Mm-hmm.
guy was the darling of like media, and it was like he was the next Warren
Yeah.
Buffett.
Yeah.
It was like, man,
A
this
kid.
thing is solid. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's there's no way. You know, he was even appearing as the savior when in this bear market, you know, buying up companies, you know,
Yep.
propping up people, making donation here and there,
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
white knight of, you know, the crypto industry. It
Mm-hmm.
turned out to be 100% scam,
It's
right?
cam, yep. And to add to your point before, not to cut you off, right? Even the background, right? It's coming from Stanford. His
Mhm,
parents are teaching at
mhm.
Stanford, right? So it all looks so. No, this kid cannot, cannot get. He's smart, but you can't let just your perception. And like you said, and that's why I'm bringing up these different names for us to play those 5 elements that you mentioned into the specific case scenarios. So I
Yep.
think
Can I
not
can
just
I
to even. Yes.
can I add something
Sure.
else?
Very quick. Go ahead.
Okay. So